men or boys that are asking the girl's permission if they can court.
Yes.
And once the girl says no, they still pursue them. They make an effort and try to sway this girl's mind.
Because panliligaw or ligaw or courtship is part of Filipino
Our culture.
culture.
Yeah, that's tradition.
It's tradition.
Right?
But
It's tradition.
who is it disadvantageous and advantageous?
No, I still remember I was there, and for it's like a scene out of like I was watching.
Slice of life hentai. Today's topic, panliligaw or courtship. I think this is pretty unique or specific with
with Filipinos.
Philippines. I don't
Or
know if
maybe
we got this from
the Spanish.
From the Spanish, maybe. But yeah, before we deep dive into it, make sure you like, share, subscribe, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, court us.
Court
Or
us.
we're courting you.
Yes.
We're courting you right now to like, share, and subscribe.
To give us your sweet, sweet yes.
Your sweet time.
But yeah. So, you being able to date in the Philippines and date here, you've only had like one non-Filipina, and she's Asian too, right?
Yeah, she's Asian too.
So did you have to do like some courtship with what is she?
She's
Cambodian?
No. She is
Vietnamese?
Nepal, like Nepalese.
Nepalese?
Yeah, she's from Nepal.
And did you have to do like some sort of courtship with her, or was it straightforward?
I've been doing what I'm usually been doing, so
Yeah.
I guess I did court her. It's not just like straight to the point that I like you, let's go. No, I did try to win her. I did try to, we did go out,
Yeah.
and that's how I know that there's a possibility.
Who you went out first.
Yeah.
So you did the dating
Yeah, the
part,
dating part.
which is more Western.
But that's how I court anyways. That's how I do it.
Haven't you done it old style before in the Philippines where you ask first if you can court her? You ask
don't-
first.
I don't remember. I'm not the type that asks the girl if I can court her. I just do it.
You're assertive.
Yeah, I just do it, and then
You just let her know.
yeah.
Yeah. Which is like a pretty alpha thing to do.
Well, don't get me. No, I don't want to be called an alpha, because what I do sometimes is I try to do my ways, and then if I think that there's no chance, I'm gonna back off.
Okay. But you don't ask.
I don't ask.
You don't ask. Because
I feel things. I feel for it.
you gauge.
Yeah, I
Your,
gauge my
you
chances,
gauge-
calculate it.
You make an educated risk.
Yeah. But there are a few that I actually ask, because I don't think I wasn't rejected, but they weren't ready, and
You
I
wanted
was
to know
able
if you want to move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I still pursued, and
Because in the Philippines, I don't know if it's still the same right now, but this is how most younger people do, or even I guess even
like
older.
our generation or the
Yeah,
new generation now.
Maybe both.
Okay.
But they would ask first if I can court you, which is kind of wimpy.
Yeah.
But if you were younger, you don't know any better. You just don't
Maybe.
want to make moves, and then you don't want to risk it. But then you're not grabbing the brass ring, pretty much. Yeah, I think this is pretty unique in the Philippines. And I was gonna ask if you prefer doing it the Western way or the traditional way. But as you said,
Yeah.
you just go straight for the jugular, and then
And
then if
bleed,
it's
make them
you
bleed.
make them bleed, and then whoa,
Well, if you
Make
start
them
saying
bleed.
jugular, yeah, that's the next thing.
I was using a figure of speech.
Me too. That's a figure of speech, right?
Why did you have to go like straight make them bleed?
Well,
That's not metaphorical anymore.
Really?
Yes, I am going for the jugular, but I meant like just going deep
Like
dive into it.
making them bleed means if you went in for the jugular, it means you were successful if they
Make them
bleed.
bleed. Okay.
You're successful in courting them.
Okay.
That's what I meant. I don't know what
Okay.
you're thinking,
Okay.
but that's what I'm
You
implying.
had to hit the brakes.
Okay.
You had to hit the brakes. You had to explain yourself.
Yeah.
You had to establish it. But I mean, I asked before, and then I was also asking if this was going somewhere. Maybe because I was overdoing it too much, which is that was my game plan. Like overdo it, and then ask, because if it's going somewhere, I'm gonna keep overdoing it. That's how I did things.
Like, what are the chances? So, like, what's the success rate of your style of courting?
Well, you know my track record. But I stuck to it.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it worked out well, I guess. I got lucky. But I can understand from a girl's point of view that this might be too much. Like, if you want to do it, just do
Just
it.
do it.
But then I also understand, like, us coming from our perspective, like, let us know so we don't have to waste
Yeah.
time. That's why I kind of prefer the Western style of dating, where
Ask them if they say if they don't want to go on a date, that means there's no chance, right?
yeah,
I think that is. Am I right? That's the
or
Western way.
or just do it. Like, I'm not even talking about doing physical stuff yet, whatever extent,
Yeah.
without having commitment. I'm not even gonna talk about that first. Like the getting to know you part, I like it better, where it's just pretty much straightforward.
Yeah. Like, can they take you out for dinner?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's have some lunch.
it sets the disappointment bar lower than like having to go through the whole circus
Yeah.
of asking for permission instead of just doing it. I don't know, it might be a knock on our guys. If they don't like you, they would reject you right away.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's gonna sting a bit, but at least everybody's moving on.
So, what are your thoughts on men, or let's say, well, I guess just men, because men are the one that's
Yeah.
doing the courting in
Should
the Philippines.
in the
Should.
Philippines, yeah.
I was planning to say like the tomboys,
Yeah.
but anyways, okay, let's stick to the men.
Hey, I'm
Sorry.
curious about that
Yeah.
actually.
But
yeah.
anyways, so what are your thoughts about men or boys that are asking the girl's permission if they can court,
Yes.
and once the girl says no, they still pursue them. They make an effort and try to sway this girl's mind. Like, what are your thoughts?
Been there, done that.
Any regrets?
Every time I get asked, what will you tell your younger self? I always answer, I won't be telling my younger self much. I want him to experience what I've experienced. But this is the only thing that I would be telling him. Like, don't waste your time.
Yeah,
Don't
move
waste
on.
your effort. Like, move on. Like, distinguish better or know better when they don't like you.
Oh.
They don't like you from the get-go. They won't like you even more when you
you
start
push.
pushing. When you get pushy. And yeah, I've been there, and I guess that would be something that I would be imparting to my kid if he listens, because you know how kids are.
Yeah.
So I guess you never asked, oh, does this have a chance of like going
I'm pretty sure
somewhere?
I did ask someone.
But
And
I'm
then what I
guessing you
do-
asked when you kind of know the answer.
No. Like, there's
Like you're
someone.
really in the dark, and
Yeah.
then you still asked. Okay.
Yeah. And then, like, this is not an advice or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just like how, hopefully, someone can do this if they're in a pinch, if they really like someone and they want to try this strategy.
Mm-hmm.
What I do is I go all in. Let's say they don't like me. They don't
Yeah.
want me to pursue my courting. I go all in.
Okay.
Maybe 1 week straight.
Okay.
Do all the effort, and then next day I'm gonna be gone. I'm not gonna be messaging. I'm gonna be ghosting this girl. All of a
That's what I
sudden.
was going to.
I don't know. Like, it's not an advice, but do it at your own risk. But what?
It's a
Like,
high
there's
risk,
nothing
high
to-
reward
yeah.
move.
I think you don't have anything to lose because the girl said no already. I don't know if other people can do it, but me,
Yeah.
I do that and
It has worked.
it has worked.
Yeah, just so you don't have any regrets because you left
Yeah.
everything on the table.
It worked. Push and pull, and then let go.
Okay.
Go. Then, and then we'll see if they're gonna
Push, and
Push.
then pull,
pull,
and then let
and then
go.
let go.
Okay. Gotcha.
Try it. Well, I don't know. I don't want to suggest stuff, but worked for me in the past, and
Every
coming from your tito, from your fellow tito.
like everything's gonna be different.
Yeah, now.
Case to
Yeah,
case,
now.
especially now.
Yeah.
Especially now when it's so easy to just chat up somebody and
Yeah, just I'm pretty sure they're DMing like a bunch of girls, and
Yeah.
whoever will catch the bait, the hook, that's the girl that they're gonna be aiming for.
Have you ever dated somebody who was from your neighborhood or town?
Well, it's a small town
Right?
for us, so it's a small town, but it's not to the point that everyone knows each other.
It felt like slim pickings. At least in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I didn't find any that's my type.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't date
Right?
anyone.
We
Because
mostly did it through school.
Oh yeah, there's that one girl, the one that's actually living in our apartment. Like she's one of my first crush, Jaisal. I still remember her
Whoa.
name. She's our tenant.
Okay. And so
Yeah.
did you do the do you want free rent move?
No, I'm
No?
still
Okay,
young.
okay,
I'm like
okay.
what? I remember I got circumcised, and I'm still recovering, and then I had this fantasy that, or maybe a dream, I don't know, or a nightmare,
Yeah.
that she went to our house.
This is
So
not a dream. This is a wet dream.
and then I was still sore. Tomatoes in my package, and she was helping me in taking care of myself.
So she cleaned your wound. She did the dressing. Is
Yeah,
that what
she
you
did the
mean?
dressing,
And that's where the dream stopped.
no, I still remember I was there, and for it's like a scene out of porn. Like I was watching porn.
Slice of life hentai.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
was
it
watching
is.
porn, and then we have that big wall, right? And then she was speaking.
Come on now.
No, she needs something. She needs something. And then
Okay.
for some reason I was watching porn, and then I don't know if this is gonna make it, but she just suddenly and then saw me, and I was like, what
Was she
happened?"
older? Was she older?
She was
than-
older. I
Oh,
think
that's
a
why.
year old.
That's
No,
that's
two-
why.
yeah.
That's why. That's the Onesa and fantasies. That's what it is.
Yeah. Anyways,
That's
yeah.
another genre.
She was so pretty, but I don't have the balls to tell her that.
There was an intimidation factor for older women back
And you
then.
know what's funny is she has this younger sister, which is an exact copy of her, just younger. I think she's younger than me. Her name is I can't remember.
Jason.
Sen? No, that sounds like a guy. She's Jazel, and the girl is. Anyways,
Yeah.
I still prefer the older one, but the younger one's still a catch. I don't mind it.
This sounds
If
like
I'm gonna.
this sounds like a harem.
But yeah,
The
like I
beginning
said-
of a harem hentai.
I know.
And so that's what it sounds like. So you didn't try to court the younger, or you didn't
No,
try to court.
I'm too young.
Yeah.
That was in grade 4.
Well, did you get circumcised grade
Yeah,
4?
when I was in grade 4.
That
Me
early?
and my cousin.
That
Was it
early?
grade 4, grade 5?
No, we do it
Maybe
grade
grade 5.
the summer
grade
before
6.
grade 6 or grade
No,
6.
I can't remember now.
You probably the summer before grade 6 or the summer of grade 6.
Can't remember. But anyways,
Yeah, usually.
I
Rite
still
of passage.
now I'm reminiscing of this girl. Maybe I should look her up on Facebook.
She's
But
she's
I'm
probably
married.
have 4 kids now, I would say.
But yeah,
I
like
wouldn't be
she's our
surprised.
tenant.
Yeah.
She's our tenant, and I see her every day. And sometimes I wanna go around and
Two-X
Just watch it.
Kun.
Twix
Yeah,
Kun.
that's what she calls you. 2X
No, I'm
Kun.
younger.
Yeah,
Is it
Kun.
Kun? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2X Kun. But, I mean, I guess it's not really about the style of dating that I am more interested in. I guess I'm more interested with the demeanor. Because panliligaw or
Yeah.
ligaw or
Courtship.
courtship is part of
Our
Filipino culture.
Yeah, that's
But-
tradition.
It's tradition.
Right? It's
But
tradition.
who is it disadvantageous and advantageous for?
The girls.
I would say this is advantageous for the girls. This is to
Yeah.
protect the girls, right? And that's why I was talking about
Oh no, I was saying it's disadvantageous for the girls.
why.
You were saying it's advantageous. Maybe it's not the courtship or the tradition, but I kind of feel bad that the girls in the Philippines, they just have to wait. They just have to wait until someone courts them or someone they like courts them. And there are a few girls that didn't get the chance.
And when you should have your standards and then you feel like you're not catching any fish with your net, you will be ending up lowering your standards. Or there is a tendency at least.
Yeah.
That's why I was talking about I would like the demeanor of the West being straightforward, being not too wishy-washy, to be applied with the Panliligaw culture. Because at least both can be moving on quicker
Yeah.
to their next prospects or whatsoever. There's no wasting of time. I am in favor of Panliligaw, but the participants should do better.
Yeah. A little bit faster.
A little bit faster,
Me,
especially
me, I'm
now.
lucky that I didn't have the problem of like having like a year, because I've heard stories like
Yeah,
a year
a
of
year.
courtship,
A year of courtship.
2 years. I think that's effed up that you have to wait
I'd
that
say
long.
so.
That's so stupid. And they're saints. They're saints for doing that.
Yeah.
Props to you. But
Yeah.
you are stupid.
Or
Sorry to say.
they are called Edmond.
Or love fool.
Yeah.
Love fool. I don't want to say it's you, but no. There.
I haven't gotten to that far.
Two
But
years?
again, we're talking about you should know when
When
it's
to
time
stop.
to move on
Yeah.
and when it's time to stop pushing. And yes, there are cases where those long courtships were successful, but were you really winning the heart of the girl during
Or just
that
annoying
year?
them.
Was he just super persistent? You hear stories like that where the girl's gonna say, "Oh, this guy courted me for like a year," and then
And
like flex about it, right? Did you like him from the beginning, or were you stringing him along?
Or is it the parents' fault because they don't want their girl to be in a relationship because
That
of
I'd
studies
understand.
or whatever reason?
Because there might be a give and take.
Yeah.
There's just no. It's not IG formal. It's not Facebook formal. Where
In a
it's not.
relationship,
Yeah, but like that's what they would
I
call
hate that.
mutual understanding.
I hate publicizing a relationship in the past. Well, in Facebook, no, Friendster.
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 Yeah.
Okay, how about this? What are your thoughts of Filipinos moving here in Canada or in anywhere in North America
Yeah.
or anywhere in the Western world?
Yeah.
Like, do you think it's an advantage that they've experienced courtship or they have experience instead of like someone like a regular guy, let's say here from Canada, that's just used to dating?
If you are a girl that is getting courted by a Filipino dude, I feel like it would be advantageous for her because you can like squeeze the sincerity out right away. And if you're pretty aggressive and then or not even aggressive, just straightforward, it would be mutually beneficial for both parties. Again, just knowing when to push and not to push. It's gonna be disadvantageous for guys if they're too slow.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
If they're too wimpy about it. That's what most successful courtships tend to have. Like the guy was pretty assertive, not too much, just the right amount of assertive, the right amount of confidence, and then the girl being straightforward, not being wishy-washy. Just saying what she wants. If this is getting nowhere, that's I feel like the best situation
Yeah.
for a courtship. So yeah, regardless of where you bring it, it's all going to be dependent on the participants.
Yeah. On the two players.
On the two players.
Or maybe three.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Like there are some
Hey. Early love triangle.
like if there's a couple that's in a relationship already and there's someone that wants to steal the girl or the boy. I don't know.
I think I remember a story about this.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's a good point that you're saying that it all depends on those two people
Participants,
involved.
yes. In favor of courtship,
Yes.
but the participant should be
Should know when to stop or let the other person know that they should be stopping.
or
That
know
this
when
is just going nowhere.
yeah, know how to play the game
Yeah.
for both parties.
Exactly.
If you want to squeeze out the best out of the
Yeah.
situation.
Both of them should be transparent
Yeah.
and smart.
Yep. And not trying to be exploitative
Yeah.
of the other.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of the other person.
Yep. And it's not
personal
gender
gains.
specific.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, two guys and probably three, but he's not here right
Yeah.
now. And yeah, he'll be here sometime soon. Maybe. But yeah, again, you got Edmund here.
And you got me 2X.
And this is Twice the D.
Dorkship. Dorkship. I know.
Courtship.
Imagination runs free. We go